on, guys? Believe it or not, I got a voice. Weird, right? Those who have subscribed to me already, kind of used to my videos being slideshows, maybe a little redneck rap or something in there, and some videos of the S10 racing. Those have been fun, simple, easy, but a buddy of mine convinced me to try to step out of my comfort zone here, I guess, a bit. His name is Dwayne, so appreciate Dwayne. Also, if I suck, it's on you. Just kidding. But you should check out his video, or his channel, sorry, Letkeman Fabworks. He's done a great job. He's also fairly new to it, but he's killing it. He's doing a great job. But he's the one motivated me to try to step out of my comfort zone and try something different. So that's what I'm gonna do. So really, right now, I don't have a ton going on. I do have a 351 Windsor. Yeah, the Ford engine. It's weird having a Ford engine in my garage, but it's bored and stroked to a 408 Windsor. I already did start the build. I'll show it to you here a little bit where I'm at. But I got the block back to the machine shop a while ago. So it's all prepped there. Got it washed, got it painted. I got the crank installed. I did check all the bearing clearances. That's all good. It checked out very nice. Crank end plays good. It's all torqued down, ready to go. I'm just finishing up with the piston ring end gap right now. I've already done the top rings. They're good. I got them to 28 thou. That's really where I'm at right now. I got to gap the second rings and go from there. I'll show you a little bit what I got, where I'm at, see what you think. Wow. Yeah, I got used to this, eh? Spin you guys in a circle. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is where it's at. So it's board 30 over. Deck's been touched up. Cylinders have been nicely honed with torque plates. Crank's been polished. Got some coated bearings for the cam. Got coated bearings for the mains as well. Also the rod bearings went with the coated. It's all Clevite. King bearings. So that's really where I'm at. Camshaft is gonna probably we're gonna have to go with a new one here. I thought at first it looked okay. The journals and stuff were not bad. But the cam gear, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it or not. Right in there you can see there's a little excessive wear on these teeth. So we're gonna probably end up going with a new cam for this. This isn't my build, this isn't for me, it's for a buddy of mine. But looking forward to it. The finished deal here. We got some forged pistons, forged H-beam rods. The crankshaft is also forged. These are a dish piston, they're a Molly piston. I think it's a 26cc dish. Yeah, it is. And compression is going to be about 10-1, somewhere in there. And the customer, or my buddy, he does plan on running quite a bit of nitrous through it. Maybe some boost in the long run. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the cylinder heads that are coming for it are AFR 205s. They're taking a long time to get here. We're now beginning of January, and I ordered them late September, I believe it was, or mid-September, somewhere in there, and still not here. The cylinder heads that he was running on here were some Pro Comp heads. Really a bad design. The intake runners are choked down like crazy. This thing couldn't build RPM worth nothing. The cylinder heads were cracked in the chambers. We're not going to be able to see it on here. My camera's not going to be good enough for that, I don't think. But right along there, you can see the crack in the chamber. And this one here is going to have a crack in there too. I haven't looked for it yet, but we got a lot of seepage here. Yeah, I said seepage. But looking forward to this build. We'll see how it's going to go. We got a Victor Jr. intake with those AFR heads and a new camshaft coming. It's all hydraulic roller. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing done. I'm hoping it's going to make in the neighborhood of about 550 horse or so. We will see. It dynoed with those Pro Comp heads at like 330 horsepower or something, but it just had no RPM. It had good torque. I can maybe dig out that dyno sheet that I had before. But it was pretty bad. Lots of torque, no horsepower, and just fell on its face and higher RPM. It just couldn't do it. So after these upgrades, I'm hoping that it's going to be a different animal for him and that he can enjoy it. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'll file these piston rings here. I'm on the second ones, so I'll do those. Maybe I'll try to attempt to do a time-lapse video. We'll see how it works. Yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, I think I figured out how time-lapse works. I got an app for it. See how it turned out quality-wise. So I got one bank done. I'm going to switch to the other bank now, get that side done. This side, the second ring end gap, I am doing 2 thou looser than the top ring end gap, just to allow for the gases to escape and make sure that I don't get any ring flutter. These are forged pistons. If this was a hyper eutectic or something else, I'd probably do like 4 thou per inch of bore on the second ring, and the top ring I would do depending on the application. But I'll kind of show you here how I'm doing. I have a very cheap piston ring filer here, and if you're like me, you get really tired of cranking. So hooked up my drill to it, doing it that way. Use at your own risk. If you're not too careful, you will overfile your rings for sure. You also want to make sure that your ring ends. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. When you butt them together, and it's not focusing, you want it to be straight. You don't want them to have an angle in there at all. So yeah, this bank is done. Got them all sitting in there, ready to roll. Just so I don't lose which bore they're for right now. But I'll set up another time lapse here and we'll get this bank done. Okay, so this bank is done. Went by pretty quick, especially when you compare it to doing the top rings. They're a lot harder material, so they take a lot longer. Unfortunately, I don't have fancy tools for it, so I got to do it the redneck way. Just a couple tips. Whenever you're grinding your rings, you always want your wheel going in towards your ring. So if your ring is sitting here, you want your wheel to turn in. Keep that burr away. Apologize for the noise. It's cold in here, and I don't have fancy heaters. And then with the drill, I just use a zip tie actually to control the trigger. And then every time I turn it on and off, I just slide the battery in and out. Seems to work pretty good. Saves on a lot of cranking. I also was using a caliper here. I put the ring in, measure the current gap. I add a bit on top of that with this, and I actually would just kind of to scratch a little bit on the end of the ring, the measurement on here, and I could look at that small scratch as I'm grinding here, just to get me close, and then I creep up to it after that. Just something that saves me a lot of time, a lot of going back and forth. So yeah, so that's done. Next step, I guess, is going to be I'm going to clean up the pistons and rods. Put the rings on, wipe out the cylinders and stuff one more time, and probably install them. I've already checked the bearing gap on the rods, and we're good there. So yeah, I think I'll probably end the video off there. Still weird, still kind of out of my comfort zone. Apparently 10 minutes or so on the camera isn't enough. But you should definitely go check out Dwayne's YouTube channel, Letkeman Fabworks. I'll post a link in the description below if I can figure that out. But definitely go check him out. Now I'm spinning around again, making you dizzy, so I'll leave it there. Let me know if it's good, music, yada yada. It's all new, so, you know, give me some feedback. All right, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for checking it out.